All right, guys, so today we're going to be learning about some choices you have after high school, right? So this lesson's after high school choices. What are some of, or I want you to think of some ideas that you can go with your first year after high school. Throw out one, just one right now.
College.
College, right? College, all right. So now, for your warm-up activity, I want you guys just jot down a couple ideas, as many as you can, and discuss, talk to each other. What are some of the ways that you can, or some of the things that you can do your first year after high school? Productive things, not just sit around at home and be lazy butts. Just anything. Make sure you discuss, by the way. Next thing. So, what are some of the choices you guys came up with?
Get a job.
Get a job. Job, right? So yeah, you go straight into work, right? What else?
Trade school.
Trade school. What is a trade school? What's a trade school?
Teaches you a trade.
Yeah, trade. What's a trade?
Like a certain skill.
Yeah, so a trade school, plumbers, mechanics, also carpenters. That's a good one. That's the one I've got to remember. What else? What else? What else?
Online classes.
Yeah, you can take online classes, right? They don't have to be affiliated with a college. They can just be something that you can find out what you're interested in. What else? There's a big one that a lot of people do, and they get paid a lot of money, and they get free college afterwards for it.
Military.
Military. Internship, I put internship along with college, right? Join the military. That's a very big one. A lot of people do that. It can be very, very beneficial. Now I'm looking for one more. This one, not a lot of people can do, but a lot of people that are your age, high school kids, they do this online and they make a lot of money doing it. What do? They become famous on
Social media.
social media, right? I would consider that starting your own business, right? So yeah, like start a business. Sometimes you think that starting a business would cost a lot of money, but it could be as easy as promoting yourself on Instagram, right? Or YouTube. I don't want to spell business. All right. So, this article that we got in front of you today, this is got a list of a bunch of different high school choices. So we'll go over the first one together because I think that one's kind of confusing. It's the massive online open courses. And that goes along with online classes like you brought up. All right? I'll read this one to you and just follow along. So the first one, massive online open courses. If you want a different learning experience after high school, earn one or more certificates in subjects you enjoy from almost free internet MOOC colleges. That's massive online open courses. MMOC are different from regular colleges because you do not need to enroll in the college to take the course. So you just there's websites you can just log right onto and just find a course. Courses run from 4 weeks to 12 weeks, but shorter courses have higher success finish rates. After you pass the course, it'll cost about $50 if you want a certificate for your job application or resume. Why would that be good to have a certificate for your resume?
Proof you have a skill.
Yeah, it's proof you got a skill, right? And if it's a certificate and your potential employer wants to see, wants to prove it, your certificate will have a thing on there where they can call or they can figure out what that is. After you pass the course, it costs about $50, yep. MMOC courses require you to do the following: watch videos, read lessons, do activities, attend online meetings with others, complete weekly assignments, pass quizzes, and pass finals or projects. It may help if you enroll with a friend, all right? So I want you guys to discuss for a minute what are the pros and what are the cons of doing these online courses? Right. All right, so you guys have discussed what are some of the pros for taking these online courses? Anything? Right off the top of your head, what is it? What's one? It costs, compared to college, it's affordable. That's a good word. Affordable.
Alright.
It's cheap, so then you can take a variety of classes, right? All right. And then, so like when I finished high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do, right? So you could just take these online courses, $50. You can figure out what you're interested in, right? So there's a wide range of courses. I'll just write wide range. Go ahead and take notes on this, by the way, because you'll be able to use it in the questions after the article. So what are some cons of these online courses? What's, you know, there's not going to be cons in the article, but what do you think could be a con?
Your internet access may not be as good.
Okay.
As some people.
You might not have internet access. Need internet. Internet. I don't know how to spell today. Alright. Another con that for this is that you could be wasting your time and money. You know, even if it's a little bit money. You know, what if you take like 8 classes and you just wasted potentially 8 months or a year doing pretty much nothing? Alright. Could be a waste of time. Alright. That's good for that one. Alright, the next section is about college. Alright. So I'm going to have you guys partner up and you're going to read this article together. Alright. You read to each other. Alright. Go back and forth. That's it. Give you a couple minutes on that. Alright, now you've read that. What are some of the pros of going to college? What's the biggest pro of going to college? The reason they tell you to go to college. Make more
Money.
money, right? When you go to college, or if you don't go to college and get a degree of some sort, you're limiting yourself to the amount of jobs you can have, right? Pros. Make money. Make sure you take those notes. All right, you're limiting yourself, right? Because if you don't go to college, could you be a teacher?
Yeah.
No. But you can be a businessman or something. It's not terrible. What are some cons of going to college? Big ones. One that has to do with me.
Expensive.
It's expensive, and what does that mean?
Student loans.
Student loans, right? Most of your teachers are going to be in student loan debt. Alright? And it's a lot of money. It can be a lot. There's teachers that have, on this campus, that have to pay $800 a month just for their student loans. That's it, you know? But that's the risk you have to take, you know, to get a degree. Alright? What else? What's another con of going to college? You hear all these good things. Actually, I have another pro about going to college. A real good pro about going to college is you're going to make a lot of friends, right? And you're going to not just make friends, you're going to make friends who are all going to be college graduates, right? And so you have this big network after high school or after college in which you're going to be able to access. Like one day, maybe one of your friends has a cool job, they'll hire you or something like that. So another con about college. Can you think of anything? So while you're going to school, are you making money?
No.
No. So you're not making any money. You're taking out student loans, and you're not making money. You know, a lot of people do work in college, but to be real successful and finish in 4 years, you can't have a job. You know, I played a sport when I was in college, and that caused me to, that took up most of my day, so I had to spend a whole nother year in college, which I did love, but, you know, I could have been making money. I could be a year younger right now doing the same job. All right. The next one. Next one's adult school or trade school. So again, go ahead and read that to each other, and we will come back. All right. Go to a trade school. What are some pros of going to a trade school?
Low cost.
Yeah, it's low cost compared to college, right? You're going to be specifically trained, right?
Yes.
Anything else? Doesn't take that long, right? So you can go to a trade school for a couple months or like 1 year. For a couple months to a year, and then you're done. You're ready to work. You can be trained to be a plumber right then, all right? So now, for the cons of trade school, actually, I want you guys to get together and just come up with a couple cons on together, and then we'll present to me. All right, so go ahead and talk. All right, so now you guys have discussed. So what are some cons that you guys came up with together?
You could be stuck in that job.
Yeah, you can get stuck. So imagine you become a plumber and you're getting paid, you know, $80,000 a year to be a plumber. You know, it's great and all, but you're cleaning up poop every single day, and you hate it. You're stuck there, right? Because you're not trained in anything else but to be a plumber. Very specific, right? What else?
It still costs money
It's
if
still-
you don't work.
Yeah, it still costs. You're not working, and it costs some money. So where's that money going to come from? Probably your parents. Or if your parents aren't going to help you, maybe you're going to have to get a part-time job, work at McDonald's while you're doing this. Same thing with, you know, college and online classes. All right? So next one, we're going to do the same thing. Next one is work. Work. All right? So go ahead and read that to each other. Grab your papers and read it to each other. All right. So for a job, what are some of the pros to having a job right after high school?
Right away.
Job, right? Pro. Make money immediately. If I knew how to spell immediately, I would make money right away. That's a good one, right? All right. What else? When you're making money and you're supporting yourself, which means you'll be able to move out. All right. Have your own car. Right? You're living independently. What else? What's another pro of having a job right out of high school? So look at that. How about this? My parents, they started working when they were 18 years old. Right? Now, my dad's 50 years old, and he's retiring in 2 years. He's retiring at 52 or 53 years old. Right? Isn't that a pro? You don't want to be working when you're 70, like some people do. All right? So you get, if you start working right away, you can retire earlier. And that's a big pro for a lot of people because, you know, they want to live their lives at the, like, my girlfriend's mom retired and she's going on vacations, you know, sits at home by the beach, reads books all day long. Says she does whatever she wants to do. So, you know, you get a job right out of high school, you're going to be able to retire earlier. What are some cons of getting a job right out of high school?
Your jobs are limited because you don't have the skills others would have.
Yeah, you're limited. Can't be a teacher. You know, you're not as well educated. That doesn't necessarily mean you're dumb, but there's gonna be a lot of people who have access to jobs that, you know, are not yours. I'll add that. I don't know what to say. What else is it common with having a job right out of high school?
Maybe a dead-end job.
Dead-end job, that's such a good one. Dead-end job. And what is the definition of a dead-end job?
It doesn't offer a good career path.
Yeah. No moving up. So you have a ceiling. Could not be fun. Alright. That's for the job. So next one, start your own business, right? Let's read this one together because it's short. So Katie, go ahead. Let's read. Go ahead and read it.
Create a business. Store windows, painting, pet care, lawn services, mobile car wash, pool or koi pond cleaning, house cleaning or others. Visit the website usa.gov/startbusiness.
All right. So you can go to that website. So when we do the check for understanding questions at the end, you can look at that website because it's gonna ask you like what are some jobs that you can go to, or some jobs that you can do to start your own business. What are some other jobs you can think of right away that you could start right out of high school? We talked about at the beginning of the lesson. Become famous
Social media.
on social media. A lot of kids want to do that, right? Well, if it's something you really, really want to do, you got to put a lot of work and effort into it. And some kids in my other class have a YouTube channel. And although he's not famous because his YouTube videos are boring, at least he's trying, right? Right. So what are some pros of starting a business right away?
You're your own boss.
That's a good one. Pro. P. Your own boss. Nobody's telling you what to do. You're starting, nobody tells you what to do. And, like, if you suck, like, that's your fault. It just makes you work harder. What is another pro? It's kind of hard to think of, huh? Well, I guess another pro could be you're doing what you love, or you're doing what you want to do. A lot of people have jobs where they hate going, all right, and they dread going every day. Is that something you want to do for your whole life? So you could start your own business. I know one of my other students' parents runs like a wedding decorating business. She loves to do that, and you know she might not make a ton of money on it, but like she's not like working at McDonald's hating her life, or working at a grocery store hating her life, right? So what is a con of starting your own business? Biggest one right away.
No guaranteed success.
No guaranteed success. Guarantee, I forgot how to spell it. Success. Alright, that's a big one. Another huge one. What does it cost?
A lot of money.
You need money to start. So to start your own business, you either need to have a bunch of money, or you need somebody who trusts you enough to loan you money. And a kid out of high school, you're not going to be able to get a loan from a bank, really. You have no credit, or unless somebody in your family is going to sign for you or whatever. Alright, so the last one is join the military. So go ahead and read that to each other. So read it to each other, and then come up with some pros and cons, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Alright. So, what are some pros of joining the military?
It gives you job training.
Okay. Job training. You pay
College, money for college.
Yeah, they'll pay for college afterwards. It's a good one. What else? You get paid right away. Right? As soon as you sign that contract, you're gonna start getting paid. Anything else? No yawning. I got one more pro. You could move up. Like, there's a lot of room to move up in the military. And there's a lot of different jobs. You have 4 different branches, right? What are the 4 branches?
Army.
Army.
Military.
Nope, that's the whole thing.
Um,
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard, oh, so there's 5 branches. Army, Navy, Coast Guard. Marines.
Air
What's
Force.
out here? Air Force, yeah. So, room to move up. What are some cons of joining the military? Now, not a lot of people talk about the cons of going into the military.
The danger.
Danger, yes. They don't ever talk about that. Why?
Because they want you to join the military.
Yes, because they want you to join. What else?
It's not for everybody because it's a very physically demanding job.
Physically demanding, yeah. And I'm thinking of one more.
Time away from home and family.
Yeah, that's another one. So you sign a contract, right? How long do you have to sign for right out of high school? Do you guys know? If you sign a contract with the military, you're stuck for 4 years, your first 4 years. And that's, you go basic training, and then they send you, you don't know. They can send you anywhere, right? So you got to put in 4 years, no matter what, once you sign that contract. There's no other option once you sign it. All right? That was a lot. So those are all your options that you have after high school. Is there, what option were you guys thinking that you might do? Anything? Christian?
Get a job.
Get a job right after high school, all right? That'd be a good one. All right, what about you?
College.
College, go to college. See, everybody has a different route. I went to college, all right? I know people who were taking online classes and then they ended up getting a job out of that. A lot of my classmates went to the military. I know a couple guys that went to trade school and are now plumbers. That's why I talked about being a plumber. I don't really know anybody that started their own business right away. There is one guy that I went to high school with, who now is making money off of all the cryptocurrency, right? You heard of Bitcoin? He's making money on that. And then everybody else got jobs. That's how it works. So now that we've done that, go ahead and if you log into Google Classroom, we have this article on there for you, and there's some questions on the bottom. So you can answer the questions in your notebook or on a piece of paper. You can also just answer the questions on Google Classroom and submit that to me. That'd be a lot easier. All right, and that's all we're doing. Get on that, and we'll come back towards the end of class and we'll check. All right, so good job, guys, on that assignment. If you did not finish it, you can finish it at home for homework, right? But just make sure you have it tomorrow. So, did you guys learn anything? Did you guys think of it, any eye-opening things that you can do after high school that you didn't know about before? Maybe? No? Yeah?
I didn't know about the online classes.
Yeah, like the online classes are something that people don't really think about. You know, people always just say, oh, I'm going to do this, and then they don't really have a plan. So you guys are sophomores. It's great to start thinking about your plan now, all right? Because you don't, after high school, don't want to just be, you know, oh, I'm just going to sit at home now, all right? So is there anything else that you could probably do after high school? Anything? I know a lot of students love to say that they're going to have a gap year, right? That's where they just sit at home for a year, and I'm going to find myself. I'm going to travel and see what I can do. Is that really feasible? Maybe if you're super rich, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't have that option. So I would not even consider a gap year, because you want to be a productive member of society, right? And you will always have time to go travel and stuff after, right? High school is meant to prepare you for your college and career. Why would you waste a year of your life after we've prepared you for 4 years to go to college or a career, all right? So when you go home tonight, either finish your assignment for homework, or why don't you ask your parents what they did their year after high school? Some of you might already know, but ask them what their plan was before. Ask them what it is after, or ask them what actually happened. You know, because life happens, and you may be going to college, 4-year full-ride scholarship to play girls tennis, and then you get pregnant, right? That happens to a lot of people. So ask them how it worked out for them and stuff. Ask them if they had a plan, all right? And then tomorrow during our warm-up, we'll talk about that. All right, everybody good? All right, perfect.